Hope you're all doing well. Happy lockdown day. I don't know what day are we on now. 26. Day 26. So what's happening here is I was supposed to have been doing a live interview with GQ on their page, but we're experiencing some technical difficulties. So now they've asked me to move the interview over to my Instagram page, and they are going to try and link up here to see whether we can get things going. But otherwise, while I wait for them to come around, I hope you're all doing well. A couple of waves coming in there. Hello, 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 hello. You're all keeping sanitized. Seth Miller in the house. What's up, man? That you're all sanitizing those hands, washing them for possible, not touching mouths and noses and stuff like that. Could this be the moment we've all been waiting for, GQ South Africa, waiting for you to link up? Oh my word.
How are you doing?
I'm good. This is actually happening.
It is.
Unbelievable. I am beside myself with emotion right now. You have no idea what a roller coaster it's been over the past couple of weeks trying to link up with you.
I know. At least we're here now, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, we are. We are. Happy lockdown day 26.
Exactly. I see you got the memo. You are a red cat. Good.
Yeah. I think I'm encountering the same problems as you when it comes to lack of barbership.
I know.
And I haven't yet mastered the self-trim. So a few more experiments at home should see me right, and hopefully one day.
Yeah.
Caps will do, man.
I definitely want to try this. So anyway, how has the lockdown been going for you? You're on day 26. Were you not going to work? Because your show is in the morning, correct?
The show's in the morning, yes. So it's a whole complicated story, but the initial reason for me was with my son being younger than 3 years old, and obviously not having a fully developed immune system. I would have been risking him getting infected should I encounter anybody who might have the virus. So the initial decision was taken then by my family that I would rather stay in for the lockdown period. But then from a permit issuing side, the administrative side of that is also quite a bit difficult to manage. So the show still continues every morning on the and as soon as lockdown is officially done, we'll be back to full steam ahead. Myself and Graham actually are spending time with our families right now.
Okay, cool. And what have you been doing during this time? The past 26 days. How have you been
26 days. When you say it like that, I feel like a sense of achievement. Like we need to celebrate this. 26 days is quite a milestone. It's nearly an entire month. But I've been keeping myself busy from a work point of view. I've been staying in touch and working with the brands that I collaborate with. Like Playboy, they've released a new signature range for which I'm the brand ambassador. So there's been a lot of content generation and implementation of strategy that still is ongoing. So it's great to be able to still have work in a very, very difficult time where a lot of people are out of work. And, my heart goes out to people that are really, 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 really struggling at this moment and can't get by with even the basics. We're in a very, very difficult time. And so I'm very fortunate that I've been able to continue working, as I said, with the likes of Playboy, whose team have been great. And I mean, from a social media perspective, also the Island of Treasure Curacao that I'm the host of. That has been ongoing every Saturday and every Tuesday. So every time I have a chance to meet up with viewers and audiences out there to keep relevant conversations. And I think maybe important conversations in a sense that they bring lightheartedness, they bring a certain amount of entertainment in a time where, all we see are dreadful news headlines all around the world. And then, of course, from a home front, as a family, we've been trying to keep as busy as possible, exercising, keeping little one busy. He's got a lot of energy. Like,
it's 2, right? 2 this year.
So much energy. So, every now and then I pull up a guitar and I strum a couple of chords and we make up songs and we have dance parties and do little painting sessions and reading sessions. Any any means to keep him stimulated and growing during this time. Because as you can imagine, for a little child, a little mind like that, this must be an incredibly difficult thing, being so confined and there not being an actual explanation, at least one that you can understand, of what is going on. Why aren't we going for a walk outside in the park anymore? Why aren't we running around kicking the ball outside? But it's I think we've gotten through it well, being able to link up with families over video calls and Skype chats and stuff like that. That keeps you sane to a certain extent. So it hasn't been all bad. And on the upside, the flip side of it is just been amazing being able to spend more time with the family, because otherwise it would have been on the road most of the time, over and above the early wake up calls of espresso. So being able to just be here with the family is quite cool as well.
So what did you say, like, I mean, just looking at what's happening, what did you say that taught you? Like not necessarily only the lockdown, but the virus itself. What did you say it just taught you? Like, because a lot of people reflect during this time. They think of how the world is. Would you say you've learned something, or you're still in the process of trying to find out, like, what's really happening?
Well, I think one thing that probably a lot of people have, I don't know if it's learned or relearned or rediscovered, is just the important things. You know what I mean? Like the people around you, the friends, the family. And like the other day, I called up a very, very old friend of mine that I haven't spoken to in a while. And, it's as easy as just picking up the phone and getting onto WhatsApp and having a video call and saying, hey, how are you doing? And then, emotions run when you realize that it's been, nearly a year or two that you haven't spoken to this particular person. And you realize that it actually isn't that difficult to nurture relationships, especially important relationships in your life, and how much that does for other people and your soul as well, being connected on a real level. So I think for me, it has made me understand, and it's re-emphasized the importance of the relationships that you have with friends and family. And yes, man, we all are out there on our grind. We all are hustling and doing what we can to secure bags and whatever it may be. But we can't forget the people that hold us down, the people that keep us grounded, and for the most part, the people that were there before anything else. And so, I think for me, it's just highlighted that issue.
And speaking of relationships, if you could choose 3 relationships, obviously your wife and your son aside, 3 relationships aside from that you're most proudest of, like 3 relationships that you could say, I'm really proud of those relationships. Which ones would those be?
Wow. I think outside of my family and extended family, which I think can assume obviously is very important. I've got a very good relationship with somebody whom I regard as a mentor, somebody whom I admired for a very long time, until I actually got the chance to work with him. It's Michael Mole, and he's just been a great friend through difficult and amazing times. He's just a wonderful broadcaster himself as well, and being able to call on him when I need him, it's just been the privilege and honor of my life as well. My friends and colleagues, Graham Richards, and ex-colleague Ewan Stradom that I worked with for nearly 10 years. Can you believe it? It's almost 10 years of expressive. Being able to have them in my corner, calling them friends, is absolutely amazing. And another one is a sister in the industry for me as well, is Ilana Africa, who is also one of those steadfast, hardworking people, dependable people, incredible human beings whom I have the privilege of calling friends. And like I said, being able to call on these people when times are tough is really an honor. And something that shouldn't be taken for granted. I think, if I could highlight, those are 4 relationships, but you asked for 3, where the 2 guys were grouped together.
and so you're saying it's almost 10 years of espresso, and I think one of the things that I heard about chat is that you look young, like you don't age. What is the actual secret? What is the actual secret? I promise you. What is the actual secret? What do you think you're getting right for you to continue to look as fresh and over?
Probably a very good team of makeup artists to begin with, because believe me, none of us rock up in the morning and look the way we look when we arrive on your television screens. It takes a village. But geez, in terms of there being any secrets, I don't think there are secrets. It's the stuff that we've known about and heard about from our grandparents, our parents. You read about, like, just drink more water, man. Sleep better, sleep more. Try and get a good night's rest in. And we as a family have been trying to shift our diet to a more plant-based one. So when we go shopping, we try and pile in more of the fresh stuff into the trolley. When we dish up and eat, you always want to see more vegetables than anything else on your plate. And I think trying to lower stress. Stress is a killer, man, and it's a killer of the genes and everything else that is trying to keep your body alive. So good exercise, of course, and it doesn't have to be going to the gym to bend 30 kilograms over your shoulders. It's just taking a little jog, getting your body, and that for me has also been quite a big change up for me in terms of my exercise routine and regimen. Is I want to keep my body moving. I have a certain goal in my mind that at the age of 80, if I live that long, I still want to move like a 20-year-old. You know what I mean? And therein for me lies the key, is just movement. I want to train my body to move effectively, to be able to handle itself in all kinds of situations. And I think that that, together with just a positive outlook on life and always trying to look at the positives in life, I think that might be, if you take all of that and you put it into one concoction, that'll give you the elixir of life.
So you won 2 SAFTAs for best presenter, 2015, 2016. And a whole lot of people want to know, what is your secret in that? What if someone is watching right now and who will watch this later on when we save it? What would you say are some of the tips you can give them to becoming or being a presenter who's as great as you are, even better, or even almost to get where you're at?
Wow, thanks for that. I think firstly, it's having incredible viewers, because if it wasn't for the viewers who voted for those 2 SAFTAs, then they would have never come my way. So big thanks to them, loyal viewers, incredibly supportive viewers of the shows that I've worked on, whether by nomination or by wins. That's first and foremost. And then I think just in general, it's for me, it's always been about a work ethic. I knew coming into the industry when I did so more than 10 years ago on my first job, that I was incredibly fortunate to be in a position where you get a camera filming you, and you get the chance to interview people about their extraordinary lives and their extraordinary pursuits. That is a privilege. It is an absolute privilege. I mean, you can study as hard as you want, and you could have gone to the best schools and so on and so forth. Being able to capture that job at the right time it's a blessing. So when it comes your way, you try your best to treat it as precious as possible. And for me, that includes giving your very best at every single turn, whether it is from a research and preparation point of view or an execution point of view. I've always tried my best to, put it all on the line and try and extend myself as far as I can to make sure that I'm prepared for my interviews. That during those interviews, I'm really engaged with my interviewee, and always trying to think about my audience at the end of the day and the people that are watching. Like, why is it that I'm asking this particular question? What value is it going to bring to somebody who's watching this interview right now? and even as far as, you know, when it's not a live show and it's something like a Tropical Island of Treasure, Curacao, when we're there, I'm invested in the progress of the contestants that are there. I'm invested in their emotions. I mean, I understand to a certain extent where they must be staring down what could possibly be, you know, R1,000,000 shared between two people. That's incredible. So, you know, you'll see it in our post challenge interviews. I really try and bring that out of them, so that at the end of the day, if you're watching the show, you are feeling the emotions that they are feeling, because after all, that's why you watch the show. You want to be part of this journey. So yeah, and another thing that I received as a point of advice from Michael Moe when I started out at Express is that you need to focus on what is your strength, and work on perfecting that. We all are flawed in many ways, but you do have stuff that you're good at, and, you know, things that are inherently you, and you need to work on that. And I needed to find that in myself and make peace with the fact that I am an energetic person that sometimes might be a bit too much for others to handle. And I remember there was a time when I really just like questioned, like, what am I doing in this industry? Like, is it okay? Should I quit? Should I do something else? Because I was getting a lot of negative feedback, and when I heard that from Michael, it really allowed me to reflect on myself and to see the good in what I have to offer, and to rely on that and to really focus on running with that. Like, don't be bashful or shy now because people are like, oh, well, why is this guy so energetic in the morning? Like, what is wrong? Why is he always smiling? Why is he always laughing? Well, you know what? Because I choose to see the positive in life, and it's how I want to try and walk my life journey. So yeah, I think I bundled a whole lot of things into that answer, but I hope that, like you said, for those who watch it back, at some point, they find something that could be helpful. I mean, and for me, I'm staying hungry. I still am hungry. I still want to learn. At every single gig that I do, every single day that I'm on the live show, I want to learn. I want to become better. You never arrive. You never arrive. Even after a SAFTA or whatever award, you never arrive. You've got to keep growing. You've got to keep learning.
And then speaking of education, so you left. You're an accountant, correct?
Yes, an accountant by qualification. I can balance your books if you like.
So when you left that and decided to get into the entertainment industry, first, what did your parents say? What did your mom say? Was she like, "Are you crazy?" And have you ever thought of going back? Has that ever come to your mind? Like, yeah, maybe I could just go back.
So let's go back to the first initial question about how my mom reacted and my family reacted. And they reacted quite positively, but it's because there's a backstory. And the backstory is that when I was meant to go and choose my course, first year varsity, registration day, I'm standing at the precipice of a very important decision because I had been awarded a bursary from the economic faculty and one from the music department of the Northwest University. So there was an opportunity on either end of that scale to pursue a career. And I wanted with all of my heart to just jump at the fact that I could train as an up-and-coming opera singer and I could pursue that career. And my mom just said to me, you know, and this is with the backdrop of the knowledge of the sacrifices that she had made in order to bring me to where I was in life. She just said, just do me this one favor, get the degree. And once you're done with the degree, then hold on to it and then fly, go wherever you want to do that. And knowing that I had 3 years to give my best to this degree in accounting sciences, throw my full weight into it. And after emerging on the other side, I could then pursue music. And I did that to honor my mom, and her sacrifices. And fortunately, during that time, while I was studying, I was also involved in music in different ways. Like the university had a local serenade competition that I took part in, and went to nationals a couple of times, won national competitions within that group of serenaders. And that kept my love and passion for music burning, and it kept it, the vocal muscles exercised, and it fueled that passion continuously. So then by the time I finished my degree and having to make the decision about whether to pursue honors or not, then I was caught in a position where it was 2010. The World Cup was here. I had an incredible opportunity to be part of the World Cup team, welcoming foreigners to the country and entertaining them and showing them the spirit of South Africa, while being part of a band that I traveled with for about 3 years and was successful. And so the transition was made slightly easier, because by the time I said to my mom, listen, so that conversation we had 3 years ago, I really would like to exercise that option now to fly. And she understood, having seen that over the 3 years whilst I was studying my accounting degree, it's not like the passion that I had faded as if it was some kind of fad. Still there, and I still wanted to pursue it. And so, I chose that I was going to get into the entertainment industry with the band, and we did well. We did very, very well. And by the time the TV career popped up and came around, things were really rolling on quite steadily, and moving to Johannesburg for a few months and then moving to Cape Town about 10 years ago has been some of the most smoothest transitions. I've been so lucky and so blessed to have had my journey go the way that it has, because I know and I've heard from a lot of people in the industry that it doesn't always happen that way. And I'm very thankful for it. And like I said, I treat it very preciously, and I try to give it my best every single day.
And the other question, have you ever thought of going into accounting? Have you ever gone like, you know what? Yeah.
Well, so not in the strict sense of the word, of putting on a suit and tie and walking into a big 5 firm. But what I will say is that the accounting skills and the knowledge of finance on that level has helped me to manage my personal finances over the years, planning for the future in good times. And so no, I haven't thought about that, going back to practice. And I don't think that I'll do that just purely out of the sense that I know why I did it, why I studied it, and it was wonderful. But it wouldn't be part of my personality. I would walk into the job every day, not feeling satisfied, not feeling fulfilled, not feeling like I'm living my purpose. And I know that there are people out there whose purpose it is, and they find purpose and meaning in that, and that's absolutely wonderful. They are some of the people that I respect the most when it comes to academia. Going through those years of studying, 7 years to become a chartered accountant, is incredible. But not for me, and at least not right now.
And I know you, in 2018, you had 120 pairs of sneakers or something like that. How many do you have now?
When you get
so
I mean, it goes back a long way, man. Like growing up, my uncle was this fashionista guy that would wear, like, is it paisley? We used to call it mantaglia. Yeah, paisley shirts and print wood pants that were like pressed with the seam so sharp you could cut your fingers. Like, he was a fashionista, and I really admired this guy. And I think his sense of fashion and his love of clothes and fashion really bit me, to the extent that when I was fortunate enough to get to a place where I could, I went a bit overboard with sneakers. Nobody should own as many sneakers as that, because first and foremost, you can't wear all of them every day, and at some point in time, the ones you bought are like super old, and then you're like,
Yeah.
why? But you know, it was fun to be able to do that. I'm glad I'm out of it. Like, I still dig my sneakers, but not as much as I used to. In the sense that I like every trip to the mall would almost result in me coming back home with a pair of sneakers, and then
Oh wow.
why? Now this boy look up.
So what would you say your wife has taught you about love?
Wow, that it's certainly unconditional, man. On so many levels, it's unconditional, and you know, the entire family situation and the growth of the family as well shows you that love is unconditional, and we're so fortunate to have that. We're so fortunate to have that, especially at times like this. I mean, you can imagine people who have to go through this lockdown alone.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Like, I don't know. Are you alone? You look like you might be on your own there at home.
Well, I am on my own here, but right now, but no, I'm not alone. So,
Yeah. But I know a couple of friends of mine as well who have been going through it alone. So not having that immediate contact and that immediate satisfaction of having unconditional love has been incredibly difficult. But yeah, I think that's one very important lesson that I've learned, and I see it when when my son does something that just is completely just out of the way in which I guess a father would like for their child to ideally be. You know, like, I would really like you to not be screaming right now. Instead, please use your words. Please speak so that I can understand what the problem is and help you out, you know, kind of thing. But then at the end of the day, like, I found myself literally apologizing to him at times. I mean, he's not even 2 years old yet. And then after maybe getting angry at him and gritting my teeth to try and say, hey, listen. And then at the end, you know, I need to go back and say, hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I got angry at you. You know, he was Setswana because I'm trying to teach him Setswana. That unconditional love that makes you feel like no matter what you do in life, I'll always love you.
And so, any music come from you? I mean, we know you can sing. You were in a group. Are we ever going to see an album that you're going to release? Is that something that's in your plans, or you're passionate but not that passionate?
That's no. So the album thing definitely is in the long-term plans. The passion most certainly there. The limitation right now of time, because I do want to spend time with my family. I do want to be there for my son and raise him. I do have to find a way of rationing my time and deciding at which point do I let one priority go and embrace another. But that being said, the music is still very well and alive within me, I feel. And when the opportunity comes around, I will release music, and hopefully it will be music that people can feel. It'll be music that will move people, that will touch a certain part of them, and then move them to, you know, a special place. So I would say next week you can expect a mixtape to be dropping. But best believe that, you know, as much as it was a passion way back in the day, it still is now, and I think will always be.
So I know that I read somewhere that "Bridge Over Troubled Waters" is one of your favorite songs.
Wow, dude, where did you read that?
I read it somewhere. I did my research. I read
wow, man. Woo, dude. Okay. On to the question, please.
Yes. So how and why does that song resonate with you so much?
So firstly, I discovered the song when I was part of the Northwest Youth Choir, and it was one of the songs that we did in the choir, and I actually auditioned for the solo.
Ah.
and didn't end up getting it, which was quite an emotional thing because it was such a beautiful song. But the guy that got the song was absolutely incredible. And so after that, I went into kind of like listening to the song, you know, the lyric of when you're weary and feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side when times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled waters, I will lay me down. I sound like a southern preacher, but that's the kind of heartfelt message that I think the lyricist was able to put together in beautiful melody. It is such an incredible song that carries such an incredible message. And for me, when it comes to music, content has always been so important. I sit and listen and try and figure out what was happening in the writer's life, in the musician's life when they put this down. And I guess also coupled with the fact that when I performed the song, I was part of a choir. So you have these beautiful voices all around you in harmony. And I remember the choir at the time we had a drummer, a guitarist, and a pianist. So when we were singing like a bridge over troubled waters, and like the band is going crazy. Like what's more? I'm even getting goosebumps right now just talking about it. Yo. I mean, do yourself a favor and listen to the rendition by Brian McKnight and Josh Groban on the Hitman. My man, hey, the Lord done did his work there. Hey. No, that was incredible, man. It was absolutely incredible. I love that song so much.
So now, speaking of music,
I still want to know where you read that. That's crazy.
So speaking of music, what are the top 3 songs you listen to right now? So like, if you would go on your playlist, what 3 songs are on repeat? Or the songs that are
Baby Shark. I promise you it is. John Cena. Yakashoma Josie. And Burna Boy's Yeah. and the only reason those are the top 3 right now is because Phoenix likes them, and that's all he wants to hear. But then he calls John Cena Aibo. You know, every time she goes, Aibo, Aibo. So that's that. And the other one he calls Yeah. Obviously, it's the name of the song, and then the other one he calls Sharp. So yeah, those are the top 3 songs playing right now on high rotation. And hey, the sacrifices we make.
So what would you say would be your dream for yourself? What are some of the things you still want to do? You've done quite a bit, and you're very, as a personality, you have a whole lot of things you can do and you have done. What would you say is still your dream for yourself?
I think I would just like to grow to a point where what I do for a living can have a positive impact on people's lives, but like in a real way, not just in a sense of appearing on their TV screens, but in a real way. And you know, I'm involved in Hope Cape Town, which is an organization that's focused on, you know, providing medication to those affected by HIV/AIDS and related illnesses, and not just that, but providing resources for the children in the communities who don't have what they need to get by. So that, you know, linking up with organizations like that and Operation Smile as well, that make sure that cleft palate surgeries can happen for children that are born with cleft palates. And you don't understand just how deep an impact that makes until you actually get onto the ground and you go to one of their missions and you see results from when a child did have a cleft palate to post surgery, and how that changes their lives and their families' lives as well. And so I think I'm looking for more meaningful projects like that to be involved in, where I can spend energy and time trying my best to make the world a better place in some or other kind of way. And there's a lot that we have to deal with as a human race. Issues of poverty, issues of education, lack of supply of resources to people, not just in our country, but all over the world as well. But I'm just looking at, from a home front point of view. And hopefully being able to look back, on life and saying that I made a difference in some way.
And lastly, what would you like to say to the people who've been watching us for the past almost 45 minutes? What would you like to say to them?
Minutes.
Almost 40, literally, yeah.
Wow. Well, firstly, hello everyone. And I'm sorry that I have not been answering all of your individual messages as they've been coming through.
But let's see them. Let's see them and then answer them as we go. Definitely.
Okay.
So Zuza is asking, do you have any siblings at all?
Yes, I do. 2 sisters with Molife.
And
so have you gone all the way to the top now?
Yes. So I'm trying. Well, how do you do this? Oh, I think you can scroll up.
Yeah, I'm scrolling up as I go along and trying to see who joins us. I'm trying to look for questions. There are a few. Thank you, Pandela. I love your energy. That's so cool. Dimaka's are patiently waiting for you on Tropica. Yeah, that's tonight at 7:30 on SABC3. Shameless plug, get it in there. And it's it's getting to that crazy part of the show now where we've got 4 teams left. So anyone has a chance of winning that R1,000,000. Bokang are, why are you wearing a cap inside the house? Amare bra Bokang. We spoke about this from the very beginning. We haven't seen. We are in lockdown. Barbers aren't operating.
Exactly, and some ladies were saying that caps are men's wigs. So we just laid our edges. Pretty much, we just laid our edges.
Okay. No. So now you can flick it as well, man. Okay. All right. Ross talking about.
Mbuso is asking, are you aware that you're the most featured presenter on television?
Am I aware that I'm the most featured?
Yeah, one of the most featured let me check. Yes, there it goes. It's like, are you aware that you are the most featured person on TV?
Geez. I guess so, due to the frequency of the adverts that I've done with Outsurance that have resulted in me being labeled as the guy who loves riding in people's passenger seats more than anyone else, apparently. Which is, you know what, hey, it's great fun. I'm like, as long as people are laughing and enjoying themselves, it's great. It's great. On the other side as well is that it's been a very successful campaign for the company. It's served good clients who come back, new clients who sign on as a result of, what they are offering as a proposition. So I guess it's a win-win on all sides. Somebody put a little meme together the other day with one of my photos that I took at an event that absolutely has nothing to do with Outsurance. And then as the caption, it said, I'm sure Mareu. And I'm like, these guys, you can't even go on lockdown in peace. But it's fine. I'm chilled with it. I laugh with people. I think it's funny. And if I think back to like the process of actually creating those ads and the amount of fun that we had doing that was actually the point, to get people to be entertained by them while taking on board the information that has been given. So nailed it.
So I think those are all the questions I could find, because I think it's, you see, as you go, you can go up and down. I'm checking. Let's see, let's see. Is this people are loving you? Someone is saying, you're brilliant. We love you,
Oh,
Batong.
thanks, man.
I think you're an all-round improve.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I think those are the questions that I've seen. Have you seen
Yeah, and you
any?
know, it's like what I was saying, Jorge, just being thankful for people like everyone who's tuned in now and everyone who's
Mm,
commenting. I really appreciate that, you know. All of this would
mm,
not have been possible. Everything that I
mm,
do would have been completely irrelevant if
mm,
it was not for the support of the viewers and everyone who, you know, who I guess gives so lovingly of their time, because at the, even
yeah,
you know, with something like Espresso and something like this, everyone who's here chose to be here. They could have been somewhere else doing something more
that's true.
important, but they chose to be here. And so I really appreciate you guys, and thank you very much for um, all the lovely comments and support.
Cool. So what I need you to do is to save this. You're going to save this, right, on your live under live stories.
Yes, I will do so.
Yes. So you can save it through so that everyone can still continue to watch. For the next 24 hours, it will be live.
Yeah, I will definitely
Katlego,
do that. And thanks to you as well for the opportunity.
thank
For
you.
inviting me onto this platform and to chat with you and to your audience as well. And I hope that everyone really draws strength from what we've been going through over the past 26 days and for the next couple of days to come. And we understand just how great a nation we can be when we are united. It's been a very, very tough time, but we've all rallied together, I think, to obey the laws set in front of us, social
Mm,
distancing, and all for the protection of future generations. And love and respect
mm,
to all of our healthcare workers, our authorities out there that have been making sure that everything is implemented as it should be, and especially to those who are
mm.
putting themselves at risk as well, you know, for our benefit at the end of the day. I think it's incredibly selfless, and I couldn't imagine what it must be like for them putting themselves in harm's way and knowing that, you know, their families are also waiting for them at home to hug and
At
to have
home,
them there
yeah.
during this time. So thank you very much to them, and I hope you all stay safe. Wash the hands. 20 seconds.
Yes.
Sing happy birthday twice. All those good. Oh yeah, and I'll catch you later on Tropic. Bokang, I'll catch you on
All right,
Tropic.
cool. Thank you. Don't forget to save it. Eh?
Will do, man.
All right. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.